Welcome to this episode. This is Analog Photography in Berlin Part 2. So get excited for a lot of urban photography and riding the subway. So after finishing my roll of Ilford Delta 100 the day before at the Olympic Stadium, I was out of film for the Rolleiflex, and that meant I had to find a store that sells antique technology supplies, but luckily Berlin is big enough to have everything at hand. After a late morning walk to the Brandenburg Gate, we headed to a store where one can buy everything with that Berlin traffic lights man. The guy who had the idea to get the rights for the Ampelmann was quite a genius, and I guess doesn't need to think about money anymore. Actually, I don't do so either, but that's mainly because the only things I think about is food and photography. Well, what do men do when women are shopping until it's their turn to get their wishes fulfilled? And by that I mean until they are brought to a store full of film stocks and photography supplies. Not what you think. After spending the other half of my wage for some rolls of 120 film, I loaded the first one right away. C.Kraus-Photography 400D. The plan for the day was to explore Berlin, find some cool subway stations and architecture, and not to get into a fight with homeless people. The first underground station was the one of the Red Capitol building that I thought looked quite nice. I got some really nasty light leaks on this C.Kraus-Photography roll. After getting the first shot at Rotes Rathaus, we went to the Palazzo Ottagonale, where I realized the lens of the Rolleiflex wasn't quite wide enough to get any image there. So I took that image with the Contaflex and the 35mm, where you can see the building at least. It's not the best image and not the image I wanted, but better than my pants, I suppose. The symmetry kind of saves it, maybe. Up next were the subway stations Museumsinsel and Mohrenstraße. After that it was time to get some architecture shots again, so we headed southwest to get some quite nice shots. For the next image, I waited for what felt like an hour, ready to shoot the first bird that dared to enter my frame. Eventually, I got my image, and I have to say, the bird makes the image, in my opinion. Happy that the bird didn't on me like life does sometimes, we continued our journey and made it to the subway station of Potsdamer Platz, where I shot this and finished the roll of C.Kraus-Photography 400D. I knew we were shooting overcast skies and dark underground stations, so I loaded a roll of Portra 400. several more subway stations, I went full pro mode and framed perfect composition just to have it ruined by this douche walking into it as I was 1 second into the exposure. I thought of quitting my photographical career, but then I realized there is nothing to quit. After what felt like 42 million miles by subway, the day was eventually over and we had one spot left to shoot at Blue Hour. The next day it was time to leave Berlin. After a nice breakfast in the sun near the Brandenburg Gate, for which I had to sell one kidney, we had one more stop planned on our drive home. That was Belitz. Belitz is somewhere in the East German province. Nobody in Germany knows it. But Belitz was a large sanatorium and nursing home from 1904 until the Soviets left East Germany in 1992. We had some guided tours booked there, so I didn't film anything. Here are my images taken with both the Rolleiflex and the Konterflex. And there you have it, my friends. So, was it a mistake to leave my Fuji X-T5 at home? I don't think so. Did I wish to have a wider lens sometimes? Yes, definitely. Would I do so again? Well, follow the channel by hitting subscribe and find out for yourself. Bye for now.